Welcome everyone back to Weekly Weather Updates, and today we're going to have a look at the GFS, the GEM, the ICON and the Arpege for the heavy snow we could be seeing over the next week, really. If you haven't checked out my video earlier, we looked at the upper airs and the pressure patterns from all the normal models, and finally the GFS went on board, so we're pretty confident now we're going to be seeing some bitterly cold easterly winds coming in from about Saturday until about Wednesday next week. Beyond that, still a bit unsure, but check out that video if you haven't already. We'll now run through the precipitation charts of these models. Very interesting, I've had a look at them already, but we'll first have a look at the GFS. It's got heavy snow over Scotland. It does overdo the snow sometimes, but yeah, generally this is the general picture. Very heavy snow over Scotland, heavy rain in the south into tomorrow afternoon. That heavy snow maintains over Scotland. There's an amber warning out. We'll look at the warnings at the end, but yeah, it could be up to 50 centimetres of snow, or additional snow at least, over Scotland. Then those weather fronts sort of sink southwards and combine with this low that's coming up from Europe. Initially it's rain, but it does readily turn to snow for central, eastern areas, even southeastern areas. Heavy snow, and even potentially getting into parts of southwestern areas. I know some people are watching from the southwest. You could be seeing a few snow showers with that. Beyond that, again, it's just snow showers packing in from the east, and there again, southwest could be getting some heavy snow showers. Again, could be seeing a streamer or two potentially there. So again, I know some people are discounting snow in the southwest. Maybe later in the week, it might turn milder, but initially, Sunday into Tuesday, it's looking very cold widely, so you could be seeing snow there. More heavy snow showers elsewhere, in just eastern areas mainly, and could be totting up. And then, as I said in my video earlier, it could be a very messy breakdown with heavy snow turning to heavy rain as milder conditions come in and the snow line retreats back up towards Scotland. So yeah, it could be some big snow initially before those milder temperatures come in. We'll have a look at the snow depth now, and again, I wouldn't take these literally. They're again just an estimation by this one single GFS run that again could be wrong, and it's most likely going to either overdo it and maybe underdo it in places. So don't take this as a sort of a life or death situation if you haven't got snow on this map. So as we run through, a lot of snow's falling in northern England and parts of Scotland. Especially Scotland, really, with that amber warning, additional 50 centimetres possibly. And then you see that snow line dropping southwards overnight into Sunday. Heavy snow early Sunday morning for central, eastern areas. Parts of East Anglia, central, southern England, you could be seeing 10, 15, 20 centimetres of snow again in East Anglia. Again, I suspect that would be more widespread than the GFS is making out to be. It is looking like a band of snow, which is better, because it's not coming like a streamer where it hit one sort of area. It will likely cover a lot of England. And you can see even parts of southwestern areas could be getting a centimetre or two. Again, I wouldn't discount a few centimetres down there. As we move through, heavy snow arrives on Thursday. Again, big accumulation, especially in the further north and east, before it melts away as we go into the weekend. So yeah, GFS showing some very interesting conditions, and funnily enough, 12Z GFS is was a bit milder than some of the other runs in terms of the upper airs weren't quite as cold. So again, it's encouraging. It was showing snow quite widely, even for southwestern areas, and then other models are even going a bit colder than this GFS run. Now, if we have a look at the GEM, which is very interesting, because if we have a look at the pressure patterns, which we won't do now, but I had a look at them before the video, and they do maintain the cold a little bit longer than the other models, and you'll see in a minute how that is significant. But firstly, as we move through Wednesday, heavy snow into Thursday over Scotland again. You see those purple colours, big heavy snow with that amber warning. Precipitation falls further southwards, turns to snow over higher ground initially through Saturday, and then widely to snow overnight and Sunday as the colder air comes in. That heavy band moves through, and then we start to set up some potential streamers behind it. Southwestern areas seeing some snow, eastern areas, southeastern areas, even getting parts of the western parts. And then there's a streamer coming in across northeastern England, further north into southern Scotland, and then parts of eastern Scotland as well. Good, maybe 4 or 5 streamers there, and again there would be a scattering of snow showers elsewhere as well. I wouldn't take these literally, but again it just shows you that streamer activity is likely. Again, if you don't know what a streamer is, it's basically where the geography of the land or upper winds cause convection in sort of a line in a stream. So certain areas get an absolute dumping of snow, whereas 20 miles away may only get a dusting. Now, it could be caused by, for example, the geography. So you can get a Thames estuary streamer, where the winds funnel down the Thames and can provide heavy snow there. We've seen that a few times. You get the Kent streamer as it's coming and hitting that southeastern tip of Kent. Saw 20 centimetres of snow there in the beast and the east, whereas some other areas further inland and parts of London only saw a dusting at that same point. But again, it could provide very heavy snow to localised areas. But again, it does look like there will be a lot of snow around regardless of whether you get in a streamer or not. We'll now look at the arpège, which is a bit more pessimistic in showing the snow type. Again, I wouldn't take these exactly, but again, it just shows you what we could be looking at. As we move through, you see heavy snow over Scotland. Again, it does very much underdo it. There's an amber warning out, and it's hard, and it's showing a lot of it is turning to rain overnight to Friday and Saturday. So yeah, very weird from the arpège there, but again, it's probably just underdoing it. So take any of the precipitation type on this map with a pinch of salt. As we move through, you see precipitation starts to fall further southwards, and then that low from Europe starts to combine with that low dropping from Scotland, and then we start to develop that heavy band of snow over central and eastern areas again, and then we start to set up the streamers. Scotland, northeastern England, East Anglia, parts of Kent potentially, and again, maybe getting into southwestern parts as well. So yeah, very interesting with that. We'll lastly have a look at the ICON model. Again, ICON's high resolution model should do reasonably well in these situations. Again, it's a few days out, so I would again take these with a pinch of salt. As we move through heavy snow in Scotland, of course, with the amber warning, the big heavy snow with this, much more than the arpège was showing definitely, falls to lower levels in Scotland and then turns to higher ground, especially in Wales, northern England, into Saturday, and then that precipitation drops southwards. You can see there, that's where the centre of the low is, combining with this low down here. Heavy snow. That's probably the most significant snow we've seen in all the models with the icon there. It's East Anglia, central, southern England. More streamers and heavy snow showers further north. It really does. These maps really do. I don't want to say it. They do remind me of the Beast from the East. Now, I'm not going to say that's what we're going to be seeing, but definitely these sort of precipitation charts, that's what it reminds me of, with these packing of snow showers in central, southern, eastern areas. Could see some very significant accumulation of that band of snow, and then streamers and heavy snow showers set up. Southwestern areas, central England, eastern areas again. The snow showers not coming too far around on this icon model, but I suspect that's just to do the model, and actually they would come further inland than that. We'll have a look at the snow depth, which will be very interesting considering the amount of snow we saw falling in, especially further south. See, quite a lot of snow over northern England, Scotland at the moment. It's melting away a bit over northern England as milder temperatures still there. Tossing up a lot over Scotland, potentially 90 centimetres or up to a metre potentially of snow. Again, 50 centimetres of that falling over the next couple of days. As we move into Saturday, you start to see some snow start falling to northern England as well, and then it falls to central, southern, southern England, the Midlands, even into southeastern parts. Fortunately, we can't go on a bit further. If we could, I suspect southern areas of this would see more snow, and parts of southwest potentially could see a dusting. Again, I wouldn't take these too literally. They are very much estimations at this stage, and again, I don't look at these literally unless it's maybe a day or two out. And again, stay up to date with Met Office warnings, as they're more likely to take into consideration all models, model runs that we don't get to see as public, etc. Lastly, we'll have a look at the UK Met Office warnings. So yeah, snow warnings right now, especially over higher ground, rain for snowmelt and heavy rain that is falling right now. Thursday, very similar warnings, more of a snow warning over Scotland, and then the amber warnings come into force. We'll have a brief look at that. Again, parts of northern Scotland, eastern Scotland, even into getting into southern Scotland as well. By Perth, for example. By Friday, snow is expected to become more widespread, persistent and heavy, and will settle at increasingly low levels. Heavy snow should clear later on Saturday as it moves southwards. Fresh, heavy snow totals could tot up of 10 to 15 centimetres at low levels, with 20 centimetres to 30 centimetres over 150 metres, which is actually not is quite modest. And then higher ground could get 50 centimetres building up by Saturday evening. However, parts close to the coast could only see a small amount settling, and I suspect that's simply because the air is still a little bit too mild. But I suspect as we move through Sunday into Monday, it will start to readily turn to snow, even towards coastal areas. There could be blizzards, ice forming exposed power lines and phone masts, and drifting as well. Saturday, similar amber warning, and then Sunday into Monday, we see these blanket sort of eastern snow warnings, snow and ice warnings. And if we have a look at it again, it's a very vague description, just talking about icy stretches and heavy snow showers with some accumulations. So I suspect they've just put this in early just because they can see that there is likely to be high impacts. It's unlikely at this stage because it's so far out, but there could be some very high impacts from this. I suspect these yellow warnings, especially on Sunday and Monday, will be changed a lot, extended definitely, especially further south and northwards, and I suspect there could be some amber warning zones in there as well. And I wouldn't at this stage rule out a potential red warning. Now, I'm not going to say there's a red warning, but looking at those charts, there's potential if you see that heavy snow on Saturday into Sunday, and then streamers and heavy snow showers falling after it. There could be, especially for southern areas. Now, I'm not saying southern areas are going to see a massive amount of snow from this, it's too hard to tell. But if you look at those charts, they are quite encouraging for southern areas. The Met Office do base their warnings very much on impacts rather than the actual event. So, for example, if 15 centimetres, 20 centimetres fell on London, I suspect they could be issuing an amber and potentially even a red warning, whereas if 15, 20 centimetres falling over the Scottish Highlands would warrant a yellow warning, or maybe an amber warning. So yeah, very interesting conditions with that. But anyway, check out my video from earlier if you haven't already. I'll be updating this every single day, so yeah, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed discovering you, and I'll see you again for another video soon.